Rocking the full-on hat, a very basic skin overall, but I just love it. And then Evolx actually not even playing his level 100 Koji. What is the theme here of players who have level 100 characters not even playing their characters?
It
didn't work out too well for LX.
It's a great question to ask because normally you just stick with what you know, right? But now we have Evolx on Diana and Lopes on Nash that we've seen, well, not literally seen, but looking at the bracket, we can see that he's been pulling out in the tournament. We'll see what has been causing him to win so many games against big players, and if that'll let him keep moving on, or if Evolx, one of the stronger players from last time, just take him out and move on step by step. Something that maybe something he can do just easily. Maybe not easily, but we'll see.
Yeah, right now Lopes off to an early start, finding some of that damage onto Evolx. Evolx now has a bow. Lopes throwing that spear. He actually forced out the dodge from Evolx and then punished it with a unarmed side air. The coach pitch from Lopes that almost actually killed. Nash is one of the highest force hammer characters in the game. And so, true combos that would normally not kill on other characters might kill on him. That's a nice down sig of Evolx. I like what he went for there. He went to convert the down sig into the gravity cancel neutral sig. That certainly would have killed, but it missed, so that Lopes instead finds his own downlight Sair on the spear and takes that first stock.
Evolx with the recovery, trying to catch Lopes off the top. You're gonna find it with the second one, and there's the kill, evening up the stocks right into the fresh zone. And here we go, Evolx now trying to get a weapon throw combo. Not gonna really find a follow-up off of the hit, but getting a couple unarmed attacks back and forth between the two players, and now the recovery. Just getting a little bit of damage here, just trying to safely continue the damage dealing, and a great continuity from Evolx to keep the damage going. The side sig not going to connect. Lopes not able to find the pickup from that downlight, and the turnaround down sig going to get punished from Lopes, but not too heavily as he drops the follow-up after the side light.
Evolx is definitely looking like mini Emperor right now with these downlights, end lights, and side lights. Playing bow in a very similar way to Emperor. Just landing all of these moves in quick that's not the word I'm looking for. In quick, one after another. Let's just say that. Woo! And he lands the down signature on the bow to take out Lopes' second stock. Nice turnaround from Evolx, and Lopes is probably going to be looking for either a Sig or a downlight Sair on this hammer to quickly close out the stock.
Nice side sig to find a kill, just a raw side sig. Sometimes it's all you need to confirm those kills out when they're not expecting it. Sometimes people overplay, and they do a lot of dash dancing, a lot of light attack combo startup setups that maybe they find, maybe they don't. But sometimes when they do flashy stuff like that, it's the most simple option that you can think of that is the most effective. And right there, Lopes, it's exactly what he needed with that side sig in order to confirm the kill. And now Evolx on his last stock, everything is all evened up between these two players, and Evolx trying to find the signature pressure to force Lopes off stage, and Lopes now finding a little bit of unarmed play. Evolx now putting the pressure onto Lopes, and now the approach back into Lopes is going to cause a little hesitation on his part to throw another attack. You see him trying to force a bait out of Lopes as well, but Lopes is just throwing out attacks left and right, whether they hit or not.
This is so close, and Evolx dodges past that signature and hits the bow down signature, the slingshot, all the way to the blast zone, a one-way trip. And Evolx taking game one versus Lopes. Well done on that Diana. I was skeptical at first that he was playing the Diana instead of the Koji. And I mean, to be fair, we haven't really been seeing the guns as much as the bow. But I mean, whichever bow character is working best for Evolx right now, I trust his judgment.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Coming back into game
it looks like this
two.
is actually Lopes, by the way.
Is it
I
Lopes?
wasn't quite sure, but Twitch chat seems to think that it's Lopes, and is pretty confident, and I trust them more than I trust myself, so I'm gonna go with Lopes versus Evolx.
All right, sounds good to me. Or we can just annoy everyone in the chat and say Lopes versus Evolx. But I don't think we want to do that to anyone right now, so we'll just go with the actual names. And Evolx now getting a lot of pressure with the bow. Lopes and just picking up a weapon with the spear and failing to find too much damage connections with that. And the down sig, the whipping the work out of the map as he gets the first kill on Lopes in game number 2.
Yeah, he's finding great success with that signature, to be honest. And I'm surprised that he even ever throws away his bow. Wait, never mind. I understand now. He only threw away his bow there because he had another bow already prepped and waiting. That's a high-level strategy that you see players of high caliber like Evolx use, where you actually prep your most comfortable weapon in advance, so that even if you get your weapon knocked out of you, or if you need to throw it away for any reason, you already have another one of those waiting, and I like to see that. Zoning him out right now.
Lopes is trying to find that weapon pickup. He's going to find the recovery, but the ceiling blast zone is so high up that is actually not going to kill. The side air coming out from Lopes, that would be a confirmed kill. And there it is, the coach pitch finding that confirmation and switching back to the hammer. No, he decides to stick with the spear. And that is going to be his approach to this fresh stock of Evolx. Now pushing him off stage. Evolx is getting a nice spot dodge from both sides. Evolx now trying to follow up with the neutral air. Now not connecting. Lopes making the approach, not connecting his as well as Evolx. Wow, I just slipped up again. Evolx getting the follow-up, and Lopes just throwing out unarmed attacks in the middle of the stage like a mile away from Evolx as well. Wonder what that's about.
They're just dodging around each other right now. Good 3-hit combo from Lopes. Ooh, I love when Nash players use that gravity cancel down signature to return to the stage. It has a massive hitbox, tons of momentum on top of it, and deals good damage and knockback. I love what I'm seeing. But he's currently knocked off the stage versus Evolx. A nice throw into drop down side signature on the hammer for Lopes. And right now, whoever lands this next signature is probably going to have a huge lead. It's not even a signature, actually. Evolx just baits out the recovery, dodges it, and then hits the nair off of the top of the map. Well played by Evolx.
Evolx has a little bit of a damage stock lead onto Lopes, and that is immediately going to get erased as Lopes gets the coach pitch bounce off the stage, and the velocity still doesn't even matter as he flies right out, and now stocks are all evened up. Lopes a little bit behind throughout the entire match, but he has the opportunity to bring this to a head as Evolx taking a lot of damage from this hammer play right now. These dash-in sidelights are doing so much in the way of keeping this damage going and turning this momentum back towards Lopes' favor.
Right now, Evolx just keeping him in the air with these classic bow downlights, bow neutral lights, the ones that we saw Emperor get himself into grand finals with. Lopes almost hitting that neutral signature on the Nash hammer that almost certainly would have killed. Right now, knocking him up into the air. Oh! Great spacing by Evolx to not get hit by that. And by spacing, I mean he stood still. But honestly, the courage to stand still in that situation, to know that you're right, was amazing. But either way, Lopes lands the downlight into uppercut on the unarmed to bring this to a game 3.
Now banning out some more maps right now, leaving Brawlhaven, Shipwreck, and Miami Dome, and a lot of small maps. Lopes is going to opt to go to the Shipwreck Falls again and force those short walls to be exactly what he wants in terms of fighting against Evolx.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Who's going to get the first weapon? Lopes with a nice punch manages to get himself the spear, but Evolx responds with even more damage. On the guns that we haven't seen Evolx be super active with right now, and as we've seen, he throws them away at the first chance that he gets for the bow. Very careful play from both players right now. The downlight stare from Lopes landing onto Evolx.
Evolx with some very nice dodges to avoid some of Lopes' damage, and his attacks being thrown out. The down sig into the weapon throw, and that is going to confirm the kill. There's no possibility for him to recover from that distance, even with full jumps. So that is Evolx taking the advantage in the set. And now Lopes picking up the spear, getting the jump weapon throw approach onto Evolx as he is pressured off stage, but is going to be Lopes taking the high option, allowing Evolx to get back on the stage. The side air from the downlight going to be a nice option to try to pressure Evolx, but Evolx getting back on the stage again. And the side air unarmed, just a raw coming out off stage is going to give Lopes the kill and the equalization as it comes now back to 2-on-2 in the stock game. And the neutral stick, very nice usage into the weapon throw combo pickup, but no follow-up, unfortunately.
And now Evolx just being very patient, waiting for his weapon spawn. He did get it at the cost of getting hit by one of Lopez's sidelights, but Lopes actually lost his weapon. After he threw it, he couldn't pick it back up. And now Evolx dodging Lopez's hitboxes very precisely. Looking for potentially, this is now when Evolx is likely going to start looking for that finishing sig. He lands the end sig that puts him in a really good position for the Sair or the Dare. Lopes finds his way back onto the stage. Ooh, a nice nair to save himself from that position.
Lopes with the weapon throw. Evolx is going to avoid it, but the dash breakdance off stage is going to give Lopes the advantage in the set, and I think this is the first definitive lead he's really had in this set between the two. And there is the whip to just delete that sentiment altogether, and now 1-to-1 in the set. Evolx and Lopes 1-on-1, one stock each. It is all on the line here in game number 3. Whoever loses here goes home, and the next one goes on to face off against Star or LX on the bottom.
Oh! Oh my gosh, he almost ended it. Got perhaps a little greedy with that gravity cancel neutral signature. I think there are better ways that he could have actually covered that hitbox without committing so hard. Gets the down light into neutral light. This could be Lopez's chance. He missed the signature, and that's going to be the down signature. That's going to end it, and with the way Evolx rode the momentum of that game, you should start calling him the Evolx wagon.
Oh my gosh.